Hello and welcome to 5 Drive School of Motoring. It's Mohammed. I hope you guys are doing great. On your driving test, you will be asked one tell me question before you start driving, where you will explain to the examiner how to carry out a safety task. And you will also be asked one show me question during the drive, where you will actually carry out a safety task. If you get these questions wrong, you will not fail your test, but you will only get one minor mistake for each. So for this video, I'm going to be explaining these questions on an Audi Q2. Let's have a look at tell me questions first. So tell me, would you find information for the recommended tire pressure for this car, and how do you check the tire pressure? So the information can be found on the driver's door or in the car manual, and it should be checked with a reliable tire pressure gauge. So the next question, how would you make sure the head restraint is adjusted correctly for your maximum safety? You should press that button on the right hand side of the head restraint and lift it up. Your top of the head should be in level with top of your head restraint. Okay, tell me, how would you check that brakes are working before the start of your journey? To check the brakes, you need to press on the brake pedal, and the foot brake should feel firm and not spongy or slack. And when you're driving, you press on the brake and car should not pull to one side. Tell me, how would you check your headlights and taillights are working? You don't have to exit the vehicle. For that, you need to switch the ignition on, twist the key away from you a couple of times, and make sure all the lights are on, and then you will switch the lights on. And then you will walk around the car to check all the lights are working. How would you check the tires to ensure that they have sufficient tread depth and their general condition is safe to use on the road? So the minimum legal tread of the tire should be 1.6 millimeters, and general condition, there should be no tears or bulges on the tire. Then how would you check the brake lights are working on this car? So for that, you're going to switch the ignition on, press on the brake, and ask someone to stand behind, and they'll check the brake lights are working, or you can see the reflection in the windows or garage door. Now, how would you check that direction indicators are working? You don't have to exit the vehicle. So to answer that question, you're going to press that hazard warning light button. Then you would go out and then check that all indicators, including door ones, are working at the front and back as well. So how would you know if there was a problem with the anti-lock braking system or ABS? So you're going to switch the ignition on. All the lights will pop up at the dashboard. The ABS light should go off after a few seconds, as it did. If it stays on, something is wrong with it. How would you switch your headlights from dip to main beam, and explain how would you know if the main beam is on? So for that, you need to switch the ignition on, switch the lights on, and push the left lever away from you, and the blue light will come on. That means your main beam is on. How would you check your power assisted steering wheel is working before starting a journey? So when the engine is off, you will apply left and right pressure on the steering wheel. You will feel heavy. When you switch the engine on and apply the pressure to the left or right, and it will feel very light and easy to steer. How would you switch on your rear fog lights, and explain when would you use them? You don't have to exit the vehicle. Again, to answer that question, you need to switch the ignition on, switch on the lights, and press that little button on the left, and the fog lights will come on, and you should only use fog lights when the visibility is below 100 meters. Open the bonnet and tell me, how would you check the engine has got sufficient oil level? So you're going to pull that lever up to open the bonnet. When the bonnet pops up, there's a little lever, need to pull it to the left and then lift the bonnet. Pull the dipstick out, wipe it clean, and put it back in again and take it out and check the level between maximum and minimum marking. Okay, open the bonnet and tell me, how would you check that you have a safe level of hydraulic brake fluid? So the hydraulic brake fluid is just there, and the level of that should be checked between maximum and minimum, which is on the left hand side. Okay, open the bonnet and tell me, how would you check that engine has got sufficient level of coolant? Engine coolant goes in there, and the level should be checked between maximum and minimum marking, and only open it when it's cold. Right, we have covered all the tell me questions now, and now we'll have a look at show me questions. You'll be asked one of these when you're driving on your driving test. If you're unsure about how to do it, you'll be asked to pull up on the left when it's safe and convenient by the examiner, and you'll be asked to find the control. It's important that you know these controls, as you don't want to take your eyes off the road and lose control. Let's have a look at show me questions now. When it's safe to do so, can you show me how do you open and close the side windows? Well, the top right button, push it down and you'll be able to put your window down, and you will pull it up to close it. When it's safe to do so, can you show me how would you demist the front windscreen? For that, you need to switch the ignition on and put the pointer towards 12 o'clock position, and then you can adjust your temperature and fan as well if you need to do so. When it's safe to do so, can you show me how would you operate the horn? So you're going to press the middle bit of the steering wheel and you will hear horn. When it's safe to do so, can you show me how would you set the rear demisters? So you're going to press that button and the light will come on and you'll be able to demist the rear windows. When it's safe to do so, can you show me how would you switch your dip lights? You will switch the lights on and the icon on the dashboard will appear, but I've shown you from the outside as well. You will have to show it to the examiner how to do it. When it's safe to do so, can you show me how would you wash and clean the rear windscreen? To operate that, you need to pull that lever away from you and hold it there, and you will see on the back screen the wiper will be moving and it'll be cleaning the back windows. When it's safe to do so, can you show me how would you wash and clean the front windscreen? To answer that question, you have to pull the same lever towards you and hold it, and that should clean the front windscreen for you. So that was it from show me tell me questions for Audi Q2. I hope this video was useful. If you've liked it, please let us know. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.